New tonight, attorneys for a D.C. man say a federal officer shot at him during a traffic stop in Northeast earlier this month.
This was the scene on October 17th. The man was arrested, but the charges against him were later dropped. And now his lawyers accuse D.C. police of a cover-up. Rafael Sanchez Cruz on top of this story and digging into it tonight. Rafael.
Yeah, that's right. So the shooting involves a federal agent working alongside D.C. police as part of President Trump's Make D.C. Safe and Beautiful initiative. This is a copy of the court documents used to charge 33-year-old Philip Brown. And there's no mention of anyone firing a gun. Now, Brown's attorneys are asking why that key detail was left out.
Civil rights activists and attorneys for a D.C. man want answers after a federal agent shot a driver pulled over by D.C. police for a missing license plate and a dark tint on his windows. You can see the white Dodge Durango on the left side of your screen.
Had there been a passenger in that car, that passenger would have been shot.
It happened on October 17th on Benning Road Northeast. MPD says 33-year-old Philip Brown tried to flee and drove his car towards the officers.
A D.C. Superior Court judge dismissed the charge of fleeing against our client.
A Homeland Security investigations agent opened fire. An ICE spokesperson told WUSA 9 he felt fear for his life and the lives of others and discharged his weapon into the suspect's vehicle.
It's chest level shots into that passenger seat. And those gunshots went through the driver's side window. They missed. That's how he survived.
Bernadette Armand and Elizabeth Page White are the civil attorneys representing Brown. They believe at least 3 shots were fired.
We are providing the protection to Mr. Brown that he should have gotten, and we certainly will not have him speak until or unless he is ready.
The initial report from MPD doesn't mention any shots fired. The next morning, a second report does. Brown's attorneys say the MPD officer involved in the criminal case was instructed not to include those details.
In this case, rather than disclose the body-worn camera, the law enforcement and the MPD put it on lockdown so that his lawyers couldn't see it as a part of the criminal case.
They're demanding D.C. police release the body-worn camera footage, crucial evidence that could be used if they proceed with a civil lawsuit against D.C. police and the officers involved. MPD says the case is under investigation by their department and D.C.'s U.S. Attorney's Office.
What does an internal investigation mean when the shooter is external? When the shooter is the feds?
Some say what happened to Brown could be happening to others as federal agents continue working hand in hand with D.C. police.
How much more is happening that we don't know about? Exactly. Our streets are not safe.
Yeah, no answer from D.C. police whether any of the officers involved are suspended as these investigations continue. Now, Mayor Murrow Bowser did tell reporters just yesterday that the number of federal agents in D.C. has not significantly changed since the end of the federal surge. And tomorrow, the D.C. Council will hold a hearing to examine the relationship between D.C. police and federal law enforcement. Annie and Leslie can tell you that there are just dozens of people signed up, that there's no more capacity to hear people's input on this issue.
Yeah, likely a very, very, very busy hearing there tomorrow. All eyes on that. Thanks.